I'm here. Hello, all y'all. Come on in. Thirsty Thursday. Who's in the house? Who is in the house? Come on down. Got some stuff for you today. Looking forward to it. Here we go. Here they come. Hello. Hello, hello. I see people. Who's going to be the first one to say hello? There's Amber. Hello, Amber. And I see more people coming on in. Starting just a little late. Hi, Jackie. Good to see you. Don's in the house. And there's Helen. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there's Linda. Hi, Linda. Those of you who are new, I always say hello to people live. Hi, Marianne. I do this because when you're a part of our community and you bother to show up live, you deserve a hello. Hi, Renee. Hi, Martha and Catherine. Appreciate you showing up and being here live. Denise, you too. Thank you. Very fun. It's really fun to see you all. Hi there, Jackie. Julie's in the house too. Fantastic. Hi, Suzanne. Love to see you all coming in. Love, love, love having you here. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for showing up. And gosh, where are we? Day 4? There's Vanessa. Day 4, you know? We are at day 4 of the sprint. It's going great. The amount of participation has just really blown me away. I love seeing that because you know what I see when you do that? I see you getting all you can out of it, right, Connie? Right, Sarah? Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. And you know, the thing that I know is that the more that you are present and with everyone, the better off you are. Catherine said she survived her cold shower. I have not had my shower yet today. Who else did that? Juanita says she needs this today. Hi, Jennifer. I'm so glad you're here. Who was here yesterday and did the cold shower thing? Anyone? We always have an alignment assignment. That's our new thing. We have an alignment assignment. Whoops, who did I miss right there? Oh, there's Joanne. Hi, Joanne. I also see Anna here. Thank you for showing up. We always do have an alignment assignment. And after the end of what I'm done talking about, I'm going to give you something to do, should you dare. Who's willing to do the things? Joanne did the cold shower. And she was like, never before, and she did it. But you know, it shows us we can do the hard things. That's what we talked about yesterday. In essence, you know, wise women and all of that. We talked about hard things and how, you know, we're not going to die on the hills that we think we're going to die on. Although, you know, we put it all out there like it's just the end of the world. But we show that we are able to do it just like those Navy SEALs. The bell is not an option. The bell's never an option, you know? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch yesterday's show. Yesterday's show was fire. That's right. And we throw down the fire, ladies, don't we? That's right, we do. I also appreciate everybody who has shared our broadcasts because the broadcast, you know, it's all about us. You know, this is what we're all about, you know? This is the Daily Dish show, by the way. And we are putting vibrancy back into our lives. That's our whole thing. Heart, mind, body, soul. Because we aren't just one part. We're all the things. And when we can start addressing our whole selves, we can start getting past the things that have held us hostage in the past, right? Have you been in that place? I certainly have. If you've ever had a food addiction, if you've ever had a place where you feel like you're stuck, you can't get moving forward, you know. That's what we're talking about here. And you know, I was doing a little dusting today, and you know what I saw? I saw my little worry doll. Isn't that so cute? I got this little worry doll. I think it was either somewhere in Mexico. I got this little worry doll. And the worry doll is fantastic because the worry doll gives us an opportunity to understand that when we have worries, we don't have to be stuck with them. That's what the worry doll is for. You give your worries to this little doll. Yes, we can give our worries to God and all that. And I understand that this might be a little bit too I don't know, for you. But I look at this as sometimes as just a symbol of, yes, it's time to give it up, you know? Give up the worry. Give up the stress. This little doll will take it, you know? So I'm going to give it, I don't know about you, but I'm going to give it to her. Don't forget, tomorrow is a Q&A. Have you sent your questions in yet? Send them in to support@savingdinner.com. In the subject line, you need to put question for Leanne on Friday, and I'll answer it right here. I've already got a couple of good ones and one really controversial one. Oh, wait till you see it. Oh, yes, we're going there. We are going there. As a matter of fact, Amber sent it to me. She said, do you want to answer this one publicly? Sure, I'll go there. I'll go there. I'm wearing my More Love sweatshirt today because I really believe, for one, that we certainly have a lack of that in this world today. And I'm going to do everything in my power to promote more love, more peace, and a more generous spirit and kindness to ourselves. Amen? I don't know about you, but I surely need that. I'm tired of the vitriol. So tired. So tired of it all. Heart, mind, body, soul. That's who you are. You are not just one part. You are all the things. All the things. Our supplement of the week is flying out the door. Now, we've offered this before. Every single time we've offered it, it has sold out. And you've heard Marla talking about this and showing you all her baby hairs and everything else. It's beauty support. This beauty support is everything. You can find out about it at savingdinner.com/show. That's how you can find out about the supplements and get into the weeds and read all about it. I'm not going to give you a whole nutritional breakdown of it. But let me just tell you something. I take this every single day. I've got all the little, there's my baby hairs right here, where you can see I had sort of a receding hairline, you know, that comes with age, unfortunately. But these hairs, thank you, beauty support. Also, collagen helps as well. Buy 3 and you'll get the 4th one free. That's a screaming deal. This stuff is not cheap. Buy 3, get the 4th one free, and put ships free, and we will ship it to you free. All you have to do is live in the United States, and it's all done. I mean, that's a screaming deal, y'all. I don't know about you. This is how I shop. This is how I get it done. This is how I save money and have a freezer full of quality, excellent, organic, grass-fed, etc., food. Because this is how I buy. I always buy on sale. There's just very few things I don't buy on sale. And I know that's how you want to do it too. And that's why we offer these supplements of the week. Take advantage of it. It's gone tomorrow. Well, no, it's not gone tomorrow. It will be gone when it's gone. If it's gone, it's gone. I will not be on Saturday. I will not be here, by the way. Did you know that? So Soulful Saturday, we'll have to wait another Saturday. This Saturday, Marla and I are crushing the holidays. We're going to cruise through them instead of have meltdowns, instead of flipping it, instead of creating chaos in our own homes. This is going to be the conference you're going to want to attend, okay? I'm telling you, right out the door, grab your seat. When you grab your seat, you're also going to get a swag bag that's going to blow you away. $47 for a seat, big deal. All-day conference, fantastic. Get the recording, yes. And you get the collective wisdom of 2 women who have done this and have successfully done it for years and years, 40 years collectively, okay? We know what it's like to go from chaos to calm, and that's what this whole thing's about. You'll want to be there. And the swag bag's worth like $200 with everything you need to get these holidays in your lane, the way you want them. savingdinner.com/cruise for all the details. And let me just tell you something. I think it's a big mistake if you're missing out on this thing. Big mistake, because we are going to bring it. We get together, you know, that's right. No, Friday, tomorrow is Friday, and we will have a Facebook Live. Saturday, we will not. So, there it is. So you've got our supplement of the week. You also know, right, that you get these little, when you spend $200 in our shop, you get this cute mug. This is our Pinkies Up cup. Pinkies Up in solidarity with our sisters, with our Sprint sisters. And there's a bazillion of you here, and you're all posting pictures in our group of all your little mindful mugs and all together. Isn't it so great to feel in control of what it is that you're doing and not to feel at the whim of someone else, the whim of, you know, somebody else's meal plan, somebody else's idea of how you should spend your time. When you have control over what's going on, then you have control of what you're doing. Which brings us to quote of the week. Who you are shows up in what you do, not what you say. And boy, oh boy, could that not just be the best quote, especially for today's content, what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to take you, I'm going to be schooling you. I'm going to be taking you, getting you on the bus, putting you on the bus, and taking you down the road. Okay? This is a day to take notes. This is stuff that we all suffer from, but there's a way out. There's always a way out. We do not have to be, you know, self-imposed on these old notions that make us think that we've got this, you know, that it's just, that we're just at somebody else's whim and that we have no control over our lives. Not true. Not true. I want you to see this. Really important. When you see this, it's going to change everything. When you see this, it's going to help you to see the places in your life where you have been stuck because of perfectionism. Marla talks about perfectionism all the time, and it is a thing. It was the thing. It was the catalyst for my disastrous life because I had all kinds of things going on. My world was a disaster. 237 pounds, 3 nodules on my thyroid, 3. I had plantar fasciitis and disfiguring rosacea, okay? 237 pounds. I felt like crap times 10. But it was perfectionism that really steered that boat. I stayed not listening to myself. I stayed in a place where I was being held hostage by my own preconceived notions of what was truth. We have to adjust that. Because sometimes what we think is true is just not true at all. And you can get the evidence to support that, by the way. We're going to get into it. Right now, I want you to do one thing for me. Open another tab, if you're on your computer, and go to savingdinner.com/trio. Get your name on the wait list for our skincare. It's debuting on Saturday. You guys, it's going to be here probably today or tomorrow. But if you're on the list for our wait list for the skincare, you will get the first batch. We are getting a limited supply simply because our supplier, our manufacturer, is running out of the air pumps. And he's hoping, and so are we, that they're going to get another batch in so we can have plenty for the holidays. But this skincare's thebomb.com. I've been using it. I love it. And my 62-year-old face is saying thank you. But my skin really is, I mean, you got to do something on the outside. You also got to take care on the inside. So listen, I'm all about that. I'm all about skincare. I love skincare, by the way. Love it. I spent thousands of dollars in trying all this manufactured stuff that these different, you know, organic manufacturers had for you. Found this and said, this is it. This is it. It's simple. It's easy. And this is just the case. You know, yes, I'm 62. No, it's not scented, Anna. I can't do scents. Do you know how sensitive I am? Marla and I are both to the place of absolute, you know, you put a drop of something on me or her that has something in it, and immediately there is a reaction. And if you could have seen my face in full-blown rosacea, you will understand I cannot handle stuff. I went to a dermatologist, this is a while ago. Went to a dermatologist and I was like, oh, I'm going to be turning 50. I'm so worried. You know, that was several years ago. And she said to me, you know, oh, you need to use this abolish stuff. Well, I used the abolish stuff. We went on a trip, my daughter and I, to go get our, you know, she was doing a college thingy. And let me just tell you something. That abolish stuff, my whole face was a big red welt. I couldn't, and this is supposed to be the top of the line, dermatologist, fill in the blank, whatever. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle the scents. I couldn't handle any of it. The serum has a slight scent to it, but it's just from the serums. But there's nothing in it, nothing. It's just simple, plain, very workable. I can't do all that smelly stuff either. Cannot. I can't walk down the grocery store lane with all the smells. And when people put down, in my old neighborhood, when people would put Downy in their dryer, I could smell it from 5 houses away. That stuff, those are endocrine disruptors, you guys. Please don't do that. And then I saw Downy had a new commercial so you could boost the smell up. For heaven's sakes, we're killing ourselves. Stop it. This is just, it's ridiculous. Go with the unscented. This is all unscented, so get your name on there. It's savinggdinner.com/trio. Get on the list. We will be sold out. I promise you, we will be sold out Saturday. So there you go. It's just, yeah, it's insanity. You know, I am very sensitive to that, and I also want to make sure that your skin is being babied and loved. We don't need scents to do that. We really don't. And if you want scents, you can do your own essential oils or whatever, but you have to take care of your skin. This is your biggest organ. Your biggest organ. That's important. Am I right? That's right. Throw me some hearts or fireballs, whatever you want to do. So, today is the last day, although I'm probably going to extend it simply because I have appointments, I have so many people, everything. Today's the last day for the NutriCoach, supposedly. I'm going to let it go probably a little bit. See how wishy-washy I am, because I want to accommodate everybody. I want everybody to get everything that they want out of everything. But I have my NutriCoach school. You can check it out at NutriCoachSchool.com. It's incredible. But you can go to savinggdinner.com/school, and you can watch the very informative webinar that I did explaining this program on how you can create your own career and what my grads are doing with their certification. It's fantastic. And I've had so many people join, and I'm so excited to support and see these new NutriCoaches out in the world doing things to help other people and making a nice income for themselves. I am extending the deadline, Jennifer. I am. Just, you know what? Go make an appointment with me, okay? Go to savinggdinner.com or, whatever. Just go make an appointment. I know I can't do hand sanitizers either. I have to do rubbing alcohol. So, savinggdinner.com/trio is where you sign up for the trio, Jennifer. I think I'm helping. Am I helping? Yeah. And if you can't get the link, then you just send us a message into support@savinggdinner.com. We'll get you on there. You know, here's the thing. I will never, ever, ever not support you. I won't. If you tell me about something, you say, you know, I need a little bit more time. I need a little more of a deadline. I need a little bit whatever. You tell me. I'm there for you. I get it. You know? We're in this together. You get that? This is not a one-man show here. This is us. This is our community. And this is how we become better. And I want, more than anything, my heart more than anything is for you to have what you need in your life to become the woman you need to be. Because it is heart, mind, body, soul. That means that your career matters. That means that your words matter. That means that your relationships matter. Your food matters, your exercise, your hydration. All of these things matter. And if we don't put it all together, then we are missing our lives, you know? And that's the myth of perfect. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Oh, and by the way, did I tell you that tonight's our webinar? I didn't, did I? Tonight is the webinar where I'm going to show you 10 reasons why you don't want to be going to the place of keto. You don't. It's the big thing. Everybody likes it. It is inflammatory. I'm going to show you what to do instead. 10 things. This is a note-taking webinar, by the way. This is where you're going to take that stuff, you're going to take what I give you, and you're going to be able to take action on it today. So go to savinggdinner.com/webinar. Get yourself on that list, because without the list, you don't get the link. Without the link, you don't get to see it. And you don't have to be there live. You can watch the repeat. You can watch the replay or whatever. You just need to grab a seat. So do that, okay? Will you do that for me? savinggdinner.com/webinar. I've got a ton of ladies right here, right now, who will tell you it's well worth it. because they've been there. It is going to be a party, Sarah. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be partying with you. I'll bring the hot milk mix. Oh boy. How many of you wait for perfect? I mean, come on, honestly. That we think, it's just not right now. Can't do it just yet. Not right now. I got to get my ducks in a row. I got to get my ducks in a row. Have you ever said that? I got to go get my ducks in a row? Years ago, Marla and I went to Seattle, and they were, hilariously, by the way, that was cozy. They have a calendar and all this other stuff. Marla was doing some work with them, and I started doing work with them. That turned out to be a nightmare, so, you know, I won't get into that. But the whole thing was we had to put yellow ducks in a row. They had like these actual yellow ducks to put in a row, and that they were going to have it verified and have it all done by, you know, being the Guinness Book of World Records for having the biggest number of ducks in a row. And it was on this huge park that just, you know, had all these yellow ducks in a row, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm going to tell you what ducks in a row are. Saying you need to put your ducks in a row. First of all, I'm going to bet you don't have ducks. I don't. Do you have ducks? I don't have ducks. But I want you to do this. I want you to see something here. That we use this as an excuse. This is, I got to get my ducks in a row. I got to be able to do this. And yeah, but first, yes. Ducks in a row is a duck. You know, duck. I'm not going to do this. Nope. Ducking away from the responsibility. Ducking away from what it is that you need to do. Ducking away from whatever. Here's the thing. My dad used to say this all the time. He used to say, one of these days, I'm going to fill in the blank. And you know, when my dad was 58 years old, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer on May 8th. And on May 29th, like 5 days, how many days? I don't know. He was May 15th was his 14 days after his 59th birthday, he passed away. One day, he was going to do all these great things. One day, one day, one day. He had hopes, he had dreams, he had a career that, things that he wanted to do. But he didn't put action behind those things. He didn't. He talked about them. One day is tomorrow, next week, 5 years from now, maybe never. One day is essentially putting your ducks in a row. One day is saying, well, maybe, could be, might be. And it is the idea that when it is the perfect time, then I will fill in the blank. That kind of thinking keeps us away from absolutely every single thing in this life that we want. Every single thing. Helen, if you need to get a link, send us an email to support@savingdinner.com if the link isn't working for you, and we will get you signed up for the trio. Here's what you need to know. Conditions are never perfect. They aren't. I mean, there's certain places in the world where maybe the weather is completely cooperative all the time, but I promise you, you're always going to find something else, like for not taking that walk or not getting outside and getting your vitamin D bath or earthing or whatever it is that you need to do. You know, that's just the thing. We always, always, always have this issue in our lives of finding ways to justify this perfectionism. And waiting for perfect is giving in to procrastination. It's an unwillingness to leave the comfort zone of Netflix, the comfort zone of wine at night, the comfort zone of sitting on the couch and just doing a game. The perfectionism in us wants to stay in the comfort zone and dream about perfect little ducks in a row, making our lives just so. So now it's time. And then it doesn't come. Because I'm going to tell you this, your mood is not dependent on whether or not you've decided to do it. The time is not dependent on whether or not you decide to do it. The food, all of the stuff, everything that I can say to you is not dependent on the time. I'm going to tell you right now, today and tomorrow, I have this much time to get anything done that I want to get done. But I've managed to go through my schedule and find 2 15-minute time blocks that I can do my exercise in. I'd rather have a full hour so that I could do it here and I could just get it done and go take a shower, but it's not going to happen that way. So am I going to be perfectionistic about it, or am I going to figure it out? That's the whole thing, because everything is highly figure-outable. Everything is. Absolutely every single thing. Every obstacle that comes your way, there's another way around it. Every bump in the road, well, you can take it, you can handle it, just go a little slower. Everything that comes alongside of you is something that is it's an opportunity for you to exercise your decision-making strength. It's a choice, you know? And every time we make a decision, that's a choice, and it's either for us or against us. Have you noticed that? It's sort of like our bodies. Our bodies measure the food that's going in, and it says, yay, good food, I know what to do with this, etc. Or else it says, boo, inflammation, what are you doing to me? There's no in between. It's black and white. There's no gray. You know, your body's really very specific, because it's more of a chemistry lab than it is a calorie counter. It's not a bank account. You know, it's more chemistry lab. There's certain things that need to happen. You can't say, well, it's just calories, and then eat, you know, well, I'm gonna only eat 1,500 calories in Twinkies today. That should work in my favor. Absolutely not. You're gonna be lit up like a Christmas tree with all that inflammation. You know, your body doesn't look at it and just like, okay, well, here's the calories. We'll just ignore all the sugar. We'll ignore all the crappy oils. We'll just ignore all of that stuff. It's not true. It is not true. Your body is very specific on what its needs are. And if you're not going to feed your mitochondria, if you're not going to build the cells inside of you on a cellular level, if you're not going to be hydrating yourself appropriately, moving appropriately, and giving your body what it needs, your body's going to let you know in no uncertain terms, this is just not working. So we have to look at that. We have to look at that, because that is a part and parcel of how the whole thing works. This is how it works when we say, you know, we have to add into the equation here a little education. We can't just say it's one thing or the other. You know, it's just not true. But here's what I know about time, and I was kind of off on a tangent there, so forgive me. But here's what I know about time. Time is, in the right person's hand, is like a knife. You can carve out the time you need. Because if you have an eye toward your schedule, an eye toward the time, and not just sitting there wasting it. When I hear somebody say, what are you doing? And they say, I'm wasting time, I want to jump down their throats and say, give me the time you want to waste. I'll take it. This is something I'll never get back. Never. And it's something you'll never get back either. All that time gone to this, really? Or do you want to redeem that time? Bring it back to center. Bring your life back to center. Be back to the place of being conscious about what it is that you do. Napoleon said, death only comes from a lack of energy. Do you love that? And I say that death of a dream only comes from lack of perceived energy. In other words, when you say you don't have time to pursue your dreams, you're lying. You are lying to yourself. Anna said she just hopped on her exercise bike. You go, girlfriend. You go. You have time. You have as much time as I do. You have as much time as Beyonce does. You have as much time as figure out anybody. Who do you admire in this world? We all have that same 24 hours. We all live under the same sun, on the same earth. And how we are going to take our knives, which are our pencils and our schedules, and carve out that time that we need to do the things that we need in order to be a life that is worth living, because Socrates said that an unexamined life is not worth living, which, by the way, I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about that today in our Take Back Your Life Hot Milk Club workshop today. We're going to be talking about journaling for your soul. What you think about expands. You know that. How many times have I said that to the point where you're probably dizzy? What you think about expands, so you can bring all of these things in. When you look at your schedule, when you look at your day, when you see things that are just saying, oh, where's this day going? If you look at it from a different perspective and say, my perfectionism is not going to get in the way of me getting on my exercise bike, just like Anna said, you can make the time. Like Norma said, you can make the time for being healthy. You can always make the time. It doesn't take hours and hours. It takes some time here, some time there. It takes a little planning here. It takes proper groceries there. It's a very simple thing. So this goes for anything. What you think about expands goes for anything. Look at it. Everything. It goes with what you think about as far as time is concerned and how much time you really genuinely have. What you think about expands. If you think, I have no time, then by God, you're going to have no time. At the end of the day, you're going to say, see, I have no time. That's because your reticular activating system is always looking for evidence to support the things that you believe about yourself. So if you think you don't have time, you won't have time. But if you think, you know what, I just need to look at this with a little bit more of a critical eye and figure out where I can find the one thing, the little 15 minutes that I need and the other 15 minutes. And I've got my laser focus on my own schedule doing the same thing. I know what that feels like. So what? Onward and upward. And guess what? Good for me for doing it. My perfectionism did not get in the way of what it is that I needed to do for this day. And it doesn't need to get in your way either. Ducks in a row is a myth. Someday is a myth. All these other things are excuses, they're rationalizations, and they're getting in the way of you having the life that you want to lead. What on earth are you waiting for? Have you ever thought of that? Like, what am I waiting for? What are you waiting for? One day you'll wake up and you're going to go, what on earth is going on here? I am XYZ age. Mark and I just had this whole discussion. He turned 65 this year. And I said, did you ever think we'd be sitting here talking about retirement and Medicare and all of this? We're young. As we keep saying, we're too young for this. But you know what? When you're too young for something and it creeps up behind you, that makes you recognize and say, yes, this is the most important time of my life. Yes. And yes, I am going to protect and expand on the right time that I have right now. Because the time that I have right now is a gift. And I'm not going to squander this gift on dismissives. I'm not. I'm not going to dismiss my life to a bunch of game playing. I'm not going to dismiss my life to Netflix and wine and eating a bunch of crap. I'm not going to dismiss my life to a bunch of rationalities that don't make any sense because I'm waiting for perfect. The ducks are not going to line themselves up because they don't exist. It's trash. And now I have an alignment assignment for you with all of this. Now that I've gone through all that and just made a bunch of destruction, let's build from here. Because I have something for you to do with this. Always. There's application, and we call it the alignment assignment. And I've got 4 things for you. You ready? Number 1, speak truth to your own power. You hear this all the time. Speak truth to your power. It's a little millennial thing that I hear all the time. Right? Honestly, and sorry, anybody who's a millennial, I'm not trying to destroy you and say, hey, I don't like the way you talk, but I'm telling you right now, you speak truth to your own power because your own power is within, by the way. All the things that you need in order to sort all this stuff up and to make it a reality in your life is already intact and inside. It's up to you to bring it out. It's up to you. I'm here to poke you. I'm here to stir the pot. I'm here to get in your head and to be like, bzzz, buzzing around, making you think. It's up to you to pull it all out, though. It's up to you to say, you know what, that's enough of that. I don't have what I want. And I'm not going to let this perfectionism of ducks in a row and someday and all this other garbage stand in my way. If you're willing to put those things down and willing to pick up a pen and start scheduling your life and looking at the ways that you can squeeze things in, you're going to get what you want. You are. And that life that you want, that vibrancy that you want, that's going to come a knocking at your door simply because you've decided to take some action. Isn't that just so profound? You need to swap out, number 2, swap out frivolity for purpose. So, if you say, I just don't have time for meal plan and you're sitting on your phone, I'm sorry, boom, boom. I'm here to say, I don't think so. I don't think so. Meal plan, really simple. Use dinner answers. Make it happen.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy. Make it happen. You do not have to be held hostage anymore by things that hold you back. You just don't. You just make that decision and then it's a done deal. You swap out frivolity and time wasting for things that matter in your life. You got to put them in the schedule, guys. You just do. And then understand that your process on doing this, number 3, process in doing this, it's profound. Because when you do it, you're moving the needle. And every little needle move counts. Because it's inch by inch, ounce by ounce. It's a little bit here and a little bit there, and it's daily. And when we understand this, and that's the purposeful way that we're living our lives, things start to happen. Have you noticed that? I sure have. Wow. Isn't that so cool? Number 4, I said this before, and I borrowed this from, I can't remember her name, somebody online. Everything is figure-outable, meaning that there's nothing in this life that's put themselves in front of you that says, because of this, you can no longer have the life you want. There are things in life that are really struggling very hard. There are health challenges, even with you or with someone you love. I'm not going to pretend that there isn't stuff that's profoundly moving in your life that can be quite the 2x4 across your head. I'm not going to pretend that. But what I'm going to say to you is that you are able to figure out with the things that you have in your life right now, whether they're new, whether they're old, whether they're just jaw-droppingly awful or whatever, there is a way to figure it out. Go back to normal, go back to the way things were, go back to this and have this and or whatever. Maybe not. Maybe it's like you were in a motorcycle accident and you lost your leg. Well, we can't wish your leg back, but what you can do is learn what to do now that you don't have a leg. Does that mean that you sit at home alone crying and in despair? No, it means that you process this and then you get up, you find a physical therapist and you learn how to get around in your life without the leg. You adjust. We all have this adjustment thing. We are the thermostats of our lives. Our brains are the thermostats of our lives. You control the temperature. You can control what comes in, what does not. You have the ultimate authority in your life. Do you know that? You do. You do. I mean, God does, but you know what I'm saying. We are in this place of knowing and understanding that forever and ever, everything is figure-outable. And when you don't know the way, you don't understand what to do, pray, sister. Get on your knees. There's someone who does. We all have this ability to look at our lives with that light, to understand that we can speak the truth to our own power because it's there. Yes, you have the time, and no, there are no ducks to put in the row first. That's a myth. 2, you can swap out that frivolity for purpose at any time. You can make 5 minutes to make a meal plan. You can take 15 minutes and do a little HIIT training or add a 4-minute workout or whatever. You can put things into place, wedge them in, squeeze them in, figure it out. And then you have to understand that the process of doing this is profound because the process of doing is always better than the process of planning. We've got a plan, but if you get stuck in planning, you are stuck in perfectionism, sister. It's time to move the needle. And in order to move things, to get the momentum going, it requires movement. That means get up off your can and stop wasting your life. Stop wasting the time, the only thing that you have. Stop wasting it. That's an abomination. And 4, everything is extraordinarily figure-outable when you make a decision that it is. When you make that decision that it is. You can adjust it, you can refine it. When you first figure it out and start looking at it, it might take a little bit of softening up and cleaning up around the edges or whatever. Or you might just say, this is just not working and have to start over. But the fact is, if you give up on yourself, you're giving up on your life. If you give up on this process, you're giving up on the entirety of the vibrancy that you want in your life. And I'm asking you not to do that. As your friend, as a lover of your soul, as somebody who holds space for you, because I believe eminently in everybody's purpose, in everybody's life here, because you are put here by God himself on purpose at this time for a reason. And it's up to you to find it. It is up to you to find it. Your first thing to know is that you're here on purpose to help others. And how that's going to show up, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Do you not think if you're doing all these things and you're being very respectful and reverent about your time and working on yourself, you don't think he's going to show up and just give you like this, wow, I'm going to do this? It happens. It's happened to me. And it's going to happen for you. I'm asking you to hold space for your life. Hold space for it. Hold space for the things that you need to do. Hold space for the things that you want in this life. Stop living by perfectionism. Stop living by procrastination, because those are the same exact things. And start living on purpose, because your purpose is showing up on a daily basis. Be watching. That's a promise. Because who you are shows up in what you do, not what you say. That was fun. I hope you found that helpful. And I hope I'm going to see you tonight. Am I going to see you tonight? Tonight is the night. savingdinner.com/webinar. Unless you get signed up and get a seat, you can't show up. You can't just show up and say, oh, I'm going to, maybe. You'll get the recording as well. I want you there. I do want you there. There are 10 things you need to know. All this little education bits, all of this stuff, this adds up, and it helps you to become the woman you're supposed to be. This is my call in life. I'm going to help you become the most vibrant woman that you can possibly be. If I have a place for you and a way to help you, that is my privilege from God himself, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am for that. Thank you for showing up. I will see you tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. savingdinner.com/webinar. Do not forget. Peace be with you. Love you guys. Bye. Come on. Yes.